Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 hidden Easter eggs in Disney movies.
Let it go, let it go.
Jeez Louise, this place is bonkers.
Alright, Walter and Jesse are back, so I'm leaving now.
I hate when they do that.
For this list, we'll be looking at little details in Disney films that die-hard fans will appreciate. Are there any animated Easter eggs we missed? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. Bambi's Mom. Various Disney movies. Following the sound of a gunshot, Bambi makes it home while his mother is nowhere to be found. It's the last we ever see of Bambi's mother. Well, at least in that movie. Bambi's mom has lived on in several other Disney movies, but you need a hunter's sharp eye to spot her. A deer resembling Bambi's mother can be found in the opening of Beauty and the Beast, and the Someone's Waiting for You number from The Rescuers.
Don't cry, little one. There'll be a smile where a frown used to be.
Kay hunts a similar-looking deer in The Sword in the Stone, and Shere Khan preys upon a doe in The Jungle Book, although they thankfully miss their targets.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it up. 2, 3.
What beastly luck.
Given how traumatizing her death was, knowing that she may still be out there eases the pain a little. Number 19. Stitch, Treasure Planet. In 2002, Disney released 2 animated films rooted in sci-fi. Both films also had a certain blue alien in common.
Oh, so cute and fluffy.
We all know that Experiment 626 played a prominent role in Lilo and Stitch, but his cameo in Treasure Planet may have flown under your radar. As a young Jim Hawkins is tucked in by his mother, you'll find a variety of otherworldly toys on his bedroom shelves.
What are you doing?
One of his playthings is a Stitch doll, which appears suited up for intergalactic travel. Montressor isn't the only planet that Stitch merchandise has invaded. In Big Hero 6, Hero's cat Mochi can be seen wearing a Stitch outfit in a photo.
Ooh, that darn cat!
Fred not only has a Stitch pillow, but one modeled after Splody Head, aka Experiment 619, as well.
If I wasn't just attacked by a guy in a kabuki mask, I think this would be the weirdest thing I've seen today.
Number 18. Storybooks, Tangled. At the beginning of Tangled, we see that Rapunzel has been rereading the same books for the past 18 years.
So I'll read a book, or maybe 2 or 3.
When she finally leaves her tower, Rapunzel is not only opened up to new experiences, but a library of new books as well. 3 classic fairy tales that inspired Disney movies are on display: Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, and Sleeping Beauty. Aside from being a princess, Rapunzel has a few things in common with the protagonists of these stories. Like Ariel, she wishes to get out from under a parent's thumb and be where the people are. Like Aurora, she's been hidden away for most of her life. Like Belle, she's eager for adventure and can easily get lost in a good book. Number 17. Disney characters at busy intersection, Wreck-It Ralph.
Step aside, sir. Random security check.
Random my behind, you always stop me.
If you want to catch every hidden reference in Wreck-It Ralph, you're gonna be up all night. As Ralph makes his way through Game Central Station, numerous video game characters can be seen in the background. However, a couple of Disney characters make cameos as well. Both Maximus and Vladimir from Tangled pop up, along with Tiny the T-Rex from Meet the Robinsons. In another scene, you can spot a paper from the Oscar-winning short Paperman, which coincidentally accompanied Wreck-It Ralph during its theatrical run.
I'm Zangief, I'm bad guy.
Does this mean that all these Disney characters are actually part of the arcade universe? Number 16. An Arabian Night in New Orleans, The Princess and the Frog. The Princess and the Frog marked Ron Clements and John Musker's return to Disney feature animation. So it only makes sense that the directing duo would throw in a few references to their previous films. During the Down in New Orleans number, a character from A Whole Other World makes a sneaky cameo.
In the Southland, there's a city way down on the river.
As you can tell from its pattern, the rug being shaken out over the balcony is none other than Aladdin's magic carpet. Carpet seems to be full of dust, or maybe that's sand from its last adventure in Agrabah. Later, as Mama Odie is telling our heroes to dig a little deeper, she digs out the Genie's magic lamp. You know, Tiana and Naveen could have just used that to become human again.
But remember, be yourself.
Yeah, right.
Number 15. Mrs. Potts and Chip, Tarzan. As Tarzan's jungle friends stumble upon the Porter's camp, they find themselves surrounded by modern innovations. Among their belongings is a tea set, which includes a white and purple teapot, as well as a chipped teacup. Where Mrs. Potts and Chip were full of life, however, these domestic objects appear to be devoid of life. Maybe it's like in the Beauty and the Beast remake, where if the Enchantress's spell isn't broken, the castle servants all become permanently inanimate.
Oh no.
If that's the case, then Tarzan may be a much darker film than we initially realized.
It can't get any worse, can it? Obviously it can.
Number 14. Dogs to the Rescue, 101 Dalmatians.
Come on now, we're going home.
As the title suggests, 101 Dalmatians has no shortage of canine characters.
There's no one out tonight. I'm afraid it's too cold.
We've got to keep trying, Birdie.
Since the film packs in so many dogs, you likely never notice that several Lady and the Tramp characters make appearances.
What a dog.
Yeah, tell us about it, Peg.
When their 15 puppies are dog-napped, Hongo and Perdita use the twilight bark to spread the word. Jock the Scottish Terrier is one of the first pooches to receive this news.
4 steps straight and to the left and right to the place where market.
The gossip eventually reaches a pet store where Peg the Pekingese resides. Even the eponymous Lady and Tramp get in on the action, although they're both draped in darkness. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Well, at least these Disney dogs are looking out for each other.
And we call it Bella Notre.
Number 13. Nani's Poster, Lilo and Stitch.
We can go on together with suspicious minds.
Lilo and Stitch and Mulan might seem like two completely different Disney movies. However, these animated features share a similar theme regarding the bonds of family.
Mr. I'll make a man out of you.
In order to protect her father during wartime, Mulan must disguise herself as a man. When her mom and dad die in a car crash, Nani must act as a parental figure to her little sister Lilo.
If you promise not to fight anymore, I promise not to yell at you, except on special occasions.
Both Mulan and Nani find themselves taking on roles they weren't prepared for. Yet, both of these strong women ultimately keep their families together. Because of this, it makes sense that Nani would have an inspirational Mulan poster hanging in her room. It wouldn't be surprising if Mulan Wok turned out to be her favorite restaurant too.
Okay, I gotta get to work.
Number 12. Build a Baymax, Frozen 2. During her childhood, Elsa conjures up a snowy, enchanted forest for her and Anna to play with.
Uh-oh, the princess is trapped in the snow goblin's evil spell. Quick, Elsa, make a prince, a fancy one.
The playset comes complete with a few icy dolls, although one looks like he belongs in San Francisco rather than Arendelle. Although he can easily be mistaken for another snowman, true Disney fans will notice Baymax's distinctive marshmallow-like physique. Granted, we're not entirely sure what a high-tech robot is doing in a fairy tale setting like this.
I have some concerns.
Then again, Elsa is kind of a superhero, what with her ice powers and mysterious origin story. So maybe a Frozen crossover with Big Hero 6 isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. Elsa also made an elephant snow doll with oversized ears.
What sound does a giraffe make? Never mind.
Definitely a dead ringer for Dumbo. Number 11. The Fox and the Rabbit meet Breaking Bad, Zootopia. Zootopia was made just as much for adults as it was for kids. As such, The writers snuck in a few references exclusively for older audiences.
Yeah, it looks like old Doug's cornered the market on night howlers.
During their investigation, Judy and Nick infiltrate a secret lab where a suspicious sheep is wearing a yellow jumpsuit while whipping up a blue serum. If you've seen Breaking Bad, it's impossible not to make the connection to Heisenberg's illegal operation. Given the similarities, the filmmakers could not resist throwing in a nod to the AMC series.
Hey, Doc, open up. We've got your latte.
All right, Walter and Jesse are back, so I'm leaving now.
The chemist is in cahoots with two others named Jesse and Walter. No, not Walter. Walter. Get it? Because they're Rams. At test screenings, the directors always looked forward to hearing adults laugh at this joke, while the kiddies were none the wiser. Number 10. Melt a Snowman, Moana. Moana and Maui run into a few familiar faces on high seas, although most of them blend into the background. It's hard to tell because there are so many, but one Kakamora modeled its mask after Baymax.
Coconuts.
When Maui attempts to turn himself into a giant hawk, he instead takes the form of several other animals, including a certain reindeer. In addition to Sven, Olaf is a long way away from Arendelle. While the snowman himself doesn't appear, some of his body parts are visible as Moana loads up her raft before departing from Motunui.
Every turn I take, every trail I track.
Beside his stick arms, Olaf's carrot nose is in a basket with other fruits and veggies. Does this mean that Olaf melted? If so, remember, water has memory.
Oh, I love happy endings. I mean, I presume we're done. Or is this putting us in mortal danger situation gonna be a regular thing?
Number 9. Follow the Signs, Beauty and the Beast. It's no wonder Maurice and Philippe got lost in the woods.
We should be there by now. Maybe we missed a turn. I guess I should have taken it. Wait a minute.
We couldn't read the words on those smeared signs either. At least, not at first. Upon further inspection, you'll see that Maurice was even further off course than he thought. Ramona, Saugus, Newhall, Valencia, and Anaheim are written on the signs, meaning that Maurice somehow ended up en route to Southern California.
Come on, Philippe, it's a shortcut. We'll be there in no time.
Many Disney animators live around these areas, and Disneyland is even located in Anaheim. We guess that means Sleeping Beauty's castle is only a short trip away from the Beast Castle. Indeed, it is a small world after all. Number 8. Duke Weaselton's bootleg DVDs, Zootopia.
Ha-ha! Well, hello, step right up. Anything you need, I got it.
In the midst of a case, Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde interrogate a petty criminal named Duke Weaselton. This crooked weasel makes a living selling bootleg DVDs, all of which send up other CGI Disney movies. In addition to Pig Hero 6, Wrangled, and Wreck-It Rhino, Weaselton has copies of Disney movies that had yet to come out at the time of Zootopia's release. There's Moana, Floatsin' 2, and Jurassic, mimicking the then-upcoming Moana, Frozen 2, and the now-canceled Gigantic, respectively.
Well, well, look who it is. The Duke of Bootleg.
What's it to you, Wild? Shouldn't you be melting down a popsicle or something? Hey, if it isn't Flopsy the Copsy.
We both know those weren't moldy onions I caught you stealing.
On top of these ingenious in-jokes, the voice behind Duke Weaselton is Alan Tudyk, who also played the Duke of Weaselton in Frozen. Elsa might not be around to ice this weasel, but Mr. Big is.
Ice him.
Number 7. Guests at Elsa's Coronation, Frozen.
Your Majesty, the gloves.
Elsa's coronation attracts royalty from all over the wonderful world of Disney. As the guards open up the gates, you can clearly see Rapunzel and Flynn Rider from Tangled among the countless guests.
For the first time in forever.
Anna doesn't interact with any of these characters, although she does run into the hunky Prince Hans. While Hans looks like a dream come true, he turns out to be a nightmare.
If only there was someone out there who loved you.
Maybe that's why he winds up on a wanted poster in Big Hero 6, which came out 1 year after Frozen.
Kid, how about we call your parents and get them down here?
What?
Number 6. Genie's Book of Recipes, Aladdin.
How about that, Mr. Doubting Mustafa?
Oh, you sure showed me.
At the time of its release, Aladdin was quite possibly the most self-aware Disney movie ever made. So as you can imagine, this animated comedy works in a ton of references and in-jokes.
Hey, can you make me a prince? Oh, let's see.
In one instance, a beast figure can be found among the Sultan's Tower of Toys. Yet the film's funniest Easter egg comes courtesy of the Genie as he looks over a recipe for Alaskan king crab.
No, yeah, Alaskan king crab.
Sebastian from The Little Mermaid subsequently pops up, clamping down on Genie's finger. The song Under the Sea is briefly played in the background as well.
Under the sea, nobody beat us, fry us, and eat us in fricassee.
Seeing how Ron Clements and John Musker directed both Aladdin and The Little Mermaid, this cameo must have been too appetizing to resist.
I hate when I do that.
Number 5. The Troll's Clothing, Enchanted.
I eat you now.
At the beginning of this satirical fairy tale, the animated maiden Giselle is nearly devoured by a hungry troll. Fortunately, Prince Edward and Pip the Chipmunk save the damsel in distress.
Fear not, fair maiden, I am here.
Gotcha!
While the troll doesn't gobble up Giselle, a subtle Easter egg suggests that he's probably eaten a few other princesses. The troll's loincloth is comprised of iconic dresses that belong to Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, and Belle. His earrings are also shells from Ariel's bikini, hinting that he had a hankering for seafood. Could it be that this troll ate some of our favorite Disney princesses? That almost sounds like something out of Shrek. Come to think of it, the troll does share a resemblance to the Green Ogre.
It'll grind your bones for its bread.
Yes. Well, actually, that would be a giant.
Number 4. So many characters out there. The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
All I ask is one, to hold forever out there where they all live on.
Quasimodo wants nothing more than to leave his sanctuary and explore the outside world. As the lonely hunchback observes the streets of Paris, we're treated to 3 awesome Easter eggs in the blink of an eye. With her nose stuck in a book, Belle from Beauty and the Beast seemingly wandered away from her provincial French village and arrived at Notre Dame. She walks right by a peasant who appears to be holding Aladdin's magic carpet. We also get a glimpse of 2 men carrying a warthog, which looks suspiciously like Pumbaa from The Lion King.
Hey, Timon, you better come look. I think it's still alive. Eee.
Speaking of Pumbaa, he makes another cameo in the form of a gargoyle as Quasimodo and Frollo fight atop the cathedral. But where's Timon?
Pumbaa, are you nuts?
Number 3. Scar skin for Hercules. Hercules.
At 1, you got a meeting with King Augeas. He's got a problem with his stables.
Believe it or not, it's possible that Hercules and the Lion King took place around the same time period. During the battle for Pride Rock, the treacherous Scar falls to his demise and is ripped to shreds by his hyena minions. What happened to Scar's remains? Well, look no further than Hercules' lion skin.
Phil, I told you don't move.
The daughters of the Greek.
It appears Zazu was right. Scar would make a very handsome throw rug.
What am I going to do with him?
He'd make a very handsome throw rug.
If that's not enough to blow your mind, it's also possible that the muses from Hercules were inspired by the singing busts from the Haunted Mansion ride at the Disney parks.
Down by the old mill stream where I first met
No, I think they said it was an old oak.
In any case, there's no denying that Hercules has plenty of clever Easter eggs to go around.
This stuff doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere.
Number 2. Oh My Disney. Ralph breaks the internet.
Jeez Louise, this place is bonkers.
This movie has too many awesome Easter eggs to count, although the best can be found in the Oh My Disney sequence. Even then, you'd need to freeze every frame to fully appreciate the attention to detail. This scene is a love letter to everything Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Muppets, and, of course, Disney.
Maybe she went down to the Airbud Pavilion. Come on, let's check it out.
For anyone who's ever dreamed of seeing Dumbo soar through the sky with Iron Man, Judy Hopps chatting with Rocket Raccoon, or all the Disney princesses in one place, this scene has got you covered.
Well, there's a lot to unpack here.
You'll also find Mickey, stormtroopers, Eve, Baymax, Buzz Lightyear, Baby Groot, Humphrey the Bear, Ranger Woodlore, R2-D2, Nick Wilde, Grumpy, Peter Pan's Shadow, Tinkerbell, and Hey Hey, amongst others.
Hey, can't you read? Cast members only!
There's even room for a Stan Lee cameo.
Sorry, mister.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Hidden Mickeys. Various Disney movies.
I can't believe it. I've never seen so many books in all my life.
When people think of Disney, Mickey Mouse immediately comes to mind. Thus, it's only natural that the company's mascot would make cameos in various movies. Over the years, Mickey has dropped by the Powerline concert in a Goofy movie. He's visited King Triton's palace, along with Donald Duck and Goofy. Though he's not sitting with them, the Muppets' Kermit the Frog is also part of this underwater audience. There's also a Mickey doll for sale at the Trading Post in Frozen. You can additionally find the Mickey Mouse icon hidden in many locations, such as the library from Beauty and the Beast. A few characters have even sprouted Mickey Mouse ears, including Raja from Aladdin. You'll need to pause your screen to spot every Mickey. Whenever he pops up though, we're reminded that it all started with a mouse.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.